Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Frost Arnett from their credit report, and in many cases without paying their debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. For example, or if you believe that Frost Arnett or, actually any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or, any other major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. In those cases, we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. If there's no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Call us today. Our number will be in the description below. Now, today, let's get through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one I think is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Frost Arnett? I put this one at the top of the list because we have a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. I mean, few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. Fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get any jail time. So now, who is Frost Arnett and why are they on your credit report? So they're referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And they buy debts, unpaid accounts, like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount. Okay, I'll give you an example. Let's imagine that, you have a credit card for whatever reason with Capital One with an unpaid amount of $1,000, right? Frost Arnett could come along and, buy that debt for maybe $100, right? But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So, yeah, I mean, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is a primary strategy that they have to get you to pay. However, and this is really important, what many people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. So, a lot of time paying it isn't actually in your best interest. It could just be a waste of money. Now, also in rare cases, paying the debt can actually hurt your score further. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They may call a lot, even calling your family members and colleagues. If collectors have ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case where you'd want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Should you negotiate a settlement with Frost Arnett? So settling your debt with Frost Arnett really depends on your goal. Typically, if you are wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Why? Well, because as I mentioned before, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Now, instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts for you And if certain issues exist, then the accounts may be removed entirely. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So really, it's perfect. How do you remove Frost Arnett from your credit report? So this is great. The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on the report. So that's good. Now, I will say that the knowledge required to do this can be a bit more involved than it might seem. But that's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it. But, be prepared to spend weeks, maybe months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you'd like to hire a professional, handle it for you, and, ensure it's done properly the first time, and, save the extra time, we're happy to take care of it for you. We've dealt with Frost Arnett accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them, and we'd be happy to take care of it for you as well. How do you get Frost Arnett to stop calling you? I love this question. So, as I mentioned before, Frost Arnett will be calling you. It's the way that they try to collect the debt they've purchased, which really boils down to the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, like we talked about before, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from a report altogether. So I think we know which is the better option, right? Will Frost Arnett try suing or garnishing my wages? Another question I get all the time. Frost Arnett suing is unlikely. It can and does happen, but in our experience, it's rare. There are many laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's just a long process. However, if we're able to find issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it at all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Frost Arnett? So, you have the right to dispute any of your debt with Frost Arnett. Frost Arnett is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Now, these acts can seem complicated, and there's a lot to them. But the bottom line is they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, it's not a problem. You can call us today, and we can discuss your options and and get started taking care of this for you. Again, I'll put our number in the description below, and we look forward to talking with you.